Hello, everybody. Happy Monday afternoon. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic, host of Bachelor Nation News. We had a busy weekend. We'll cover a few of the different side stories happening between Bachelor alumni meeting up, a San Diego crew. There was a Nashville crew, a Chicago crew. A lot of exes and enemies meeting up together for different events. So we'll cover some of this right now. Do me a favor, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Double check, just make sure you're subscribed. Sometimes YouTube's will phantomly unsubscribe people. We are going to be at 45,000 subscribers by tomorrow. Yahoo, we did it, folks. Thank you guys so much. Incredible growth. And also, don't forget, you can hit the like button as well. Hit that in an odd number of times. And let's get right into the different stories we have going on here. So first things first, San Diego, Blake was performing at Blended Fest. And I got to tell you, Blake might be one of the most lucrative alumni of Bachelor Nation. Nobody else, as far as I know, is a successful DJ. And look, I know DJs get shit on. They go, oh yeah, no, he's not even good. They say these things all the time about DJs because in some ways you're not the musician. You're pressing buttons. You're doing your thing. But your job's to hype the crowd, and Blake does a really good job of that. He's able to channel his large audience and book some gigs. He's probably doing pretty well with this following. So he's able to get everyone to San Diego for his the festival he's playing at, which of course involves exes. Where do we even begin? All right, so we've got Becca. Obviously, Blake Horseman and Becca, that's a big X right there. Obviously, Becca is now with Thomas. Now, Thomas is Katie's ex. There's Katie with the new side part or whatever you want to call it. Katie broke up with Thomas, says he wasn't there for the right reasons, this, that, and the other thing. Noah is there with Abigail. Now, they don't really have any drama there, right? I'm pretty sure they don't have any drama there. But then you got John, who's also from Katie's season. They've become friends, and tons of others. So there's a lot happening in this photo. Look, Becca and Hannah holding hands, as you do as women. Can we normalize men holding hands in photos? Why can't we do that? Why can't we have Noah holding hands with Thomas? I know we got a clip of them doing that. But anyway, I digress. So there they are. Bachelorette says, not sure which couple I love more, Noah and Abigail or Aaron and James. We'll get to Aaron and James in a second. Let's move it on here and see what we have. So this is I think this was Becca's wig, which maybe she uses this wig to sneak around as Bachelorette, but here she is passing it around. Someone's going to get lice. Nice houndstooth hoodie. Noah looks like a porn star.
Wow.
Thomas and John. So Katie's narrating this in the background. So clearly Katie and Thomas have made amends. It's just funny because who would have known the guy that did not go over well with Katie, they were hot and heavy. They made out. You could see her spank. So clearly they had a good moment. But now he's obviously found his match with Becca, and I don't think anybody doubts that Thomas and Becca are a great match. It just goes to show that, no one's perfect, and a lot of times, even if a relationship doesn't work out with one person, it doesn't mean you don't have someone else right around the corner. But who would have thunk? Who would have thunk? All right, let's go to the next clip here. We have Noah and Abigail. So there's Thomas. So right now let me just get a little dark in here. We got Thomas on the left. Thomas is doing that fun thing. You do a selfie video while your buddy's making out. So you got Abigail and Noah making out right there. Seeing the strobe? And there's Thomas just doing his thing. I tell you what, I've been guilty of this, taking a nice photo of myself with my buddy making out in the background. Some might call it weird, but I think it's flattery if you want to document love. That's how I see it. All right, so there's Thomas. Yeah, it'd be a little more sinister if they were making it past second base, but, it's just a couple of kids. Bucket Hat Thomas getting a nice side kiss there from Becca. Yeah, they're having fun. And some other members of Bachelor Nation up there. Yeah, they got a good crowd happening. Hannah Godwin and Dylan with Blake. Did Blake and Hannah ever date? I just can't keep up. So here they are. Now this is Madison's book launch. She's got Madison's right there, Christian Mingle Madison, and she's hanging out with the Esquire Kelly Flanagan over here. Of course, they were some of the finalists in Pilot Pete's season, so they've got some connections. And apparently, I don't even remember this because I forget this as soon as the season's over. But apparently, they had beef for a while, but she showed up there to support her friend. So they're doing sorority squats here. A couple guys here. Is that Ivan in the back, and Kelsey's there, I believe. maybe Victoria. So here's a photo, book launch, sparkles. Okay, your typical basic. Clay's over here with Spencer, and is it grocery store Joe and Kenny? So they're hanging out in Chicago. So tons of people hanging out there. And then, of course, in Canada, don't forget our Canadian friends over here. We have Trey hanging out with James, Aaron, and Brendan Quinn Scanzano, whom, if you haven't checked out, I've got Bachelor in Paradise Canada Episode 2 recap up. And guess what? It is now available for free to people in the United States, all right? If that's not reason for cheering, I don't know what is. Go USA. We got the Canadian Bachelor in Paradise. It's a good show so far. It's interesting. It's sexy. There's good relationships happening. I totally recommend it. They don't pay me to say that. They really should, but it's actually pretty nice. So you can watch that on citytv.com. You don't need a VPN. You don't need any software. You just stream it to your computer. So go check that out. And let's see what some of the comments are saying. So we have Kelly Flanagan. We've all been through some stuff. Congrats on the book, love, to Madison Pruitt, a.k.a. Christian Mingle Madison. So there they are. Kelsey, Champagne Girl, one of my favorites right there, just rocking it in the background. Let's read the comments, see what you guys are saying. It's probably nothing even major. I almost made a comment about this being Pilot Pete's Final Four and completely forgot he proposed to Hannah Ann. I'm sorry, Hannah Ann, you deserved better. Did she, though? I don't know. I'm sure she's doing just fine. It's crazy how when I think of his season, I think of Maddie as his F1, then Kelly as the one he ended up with. It's like the angel on earth never existed. Of course, Kelly bounced out, and then he ended up dating her after. They broke up. They got back together. They broke up again. Typical Bachelor format here. Anyway, someone says it's the cast of Pretty Little Liars. I'm super out of the loop, so something more could have happened, but Kelly was seeing Peter after the final rose when he and Maddie got back together and publicly split up days later. Maddie said on Caitlin's podcast that she and Kelly were very close. Kelly was even in a group chat with Maddie's family. Then she suddenly ghosted Maddie, and the next thing Maddie saw, Kelly and Peter were together. Kelly never contacted her or gave her a heads up at all, just silence. Well, that's pretty interesting if that's the case. But either way, they're back as friends now, supporting each other where it matters most. And then this made others question, why hasn't Nick Viall released a book? They say everyone's released a book. The Bachelor posted all the books here. You've got For the Right Reasons, Colton Underwood's book about how to be in the closet, Tyler Cameron, You Deserve Better, Madison Pruitt, Made for This Moment, Christian Mingle Maddie, Happily Ever After, not Claire Crowley's book. Claire Crowley's book's called Groundhog's Day, where they just keep repeating the season over and over, hoping for a better outcome. I'm kidding. We love Claire. It's not her fault. I mean, hopefully she's finding love. So anyway, the question was, why does being a contestant on The Bachelor give the training to write self-help books? I'm confused about the correlation. First of all, there is no correlation. I mean, the honest facts are, if you can sell a book, you will be pursued by publishers, to have a book sale. Jason Tartick was talking about this. They all have ghostwriters, so they essentially have a ghostwriter do the X's and O's, and they tell their story. They get a cut of it. They pay their ghostwriter. Sometimes there's a deal done up front, depending on, on what deal you have with the book company. Of course, if you want to be in a New York Times bestseller, you have to pre-sale enough books. In some cases, people will just buy a whole lot of copies of their own book so that they can boost the initial sales. Is it scammy? I don't know. It's old school? That's for sure. It's an old school way to do it. But, my thought with Madison, regardless of what the content of the book is, she's got a large market in the Christian world that's going to buy her book. She can go on book tours. She can go to different mega churches. It's the industrial Christian complex, and she's all about it. And listen, I'm not an atheist. I believe in a higher being myself. Maybe someday I'll call upon my fellow Christians to sell my own content. But in the meantime, I'm going to call it out for what it is, which is capitalism meets Christianity. Only in the United States can we do this. Get your Joel Osteens together, get out there, and get a private plane. But in the meantime, maybe also take care of your constituents. Do you call them constituents? What do you call what do you call it when you have a ministry and your lower level people? Are they taken care of? Is Joel Osteen working the soup kitchens? I don't know. It looks pretty dodgy to me. What do I know? Not much. I'm sure I'll piss somebody off. Lost a follower. Lost Joel Osteen's nephew there. All right, so here we have Tia posting with her boyfriend. We're covering all the stories. Let's just bang it right out. Tia's got a boyfriend. As we know, didn't quite work out with her on Bachelor in Paradise. So let's see. Tia, Rachel, I'm not going to play the audio here. Look, good-looking guy. He's got nice abs, nice body. Clearly stays away from the dessert plate. What do we know about him? Not going to lie, it's been nice keeping this to myself, but it's about time y'all know too. So there she is. She's announced she's got a man, and good luck to them both. Read the comments from you guys here. Search by best. I think for the most part, Tia's been pretty well loved. She's always been on the positive, kind of radiant side of Bachelor Nation. If you ask me, I've never really seen her cause any waves. In my opinion, he's way more attractive than any guy she got with on Bachelor in Paradise. He's hot and looks like fun. Cute couple. Wow, good for her. She finally looks happy, and he is hot. I hope he makes her China pot tingle every single day for the rest of their lives. Happy for her, but how do all these couples of a few months have more videos and pics together than I have in total with anyone I've known for my entire life? I think COVID and living alone in a city make you hang out. Yeah, so clearly she's got a whole ton of photos with this guy, and all everyone cares about is whether or not he's hot. I mean, I'm sure we're hoping he's got a nice personality, but who needs a personality when you have six-pack abs? Am I right, ladies? You don't need a personality when you got oblique muscles. Am I right? All right. Anyway, do we have one more here? My crazy night with Bachelor Nation. This is from a fan. My friends and I met a bunch of Bachelor Nation yesterday in San Diego. We were at Blended Festival where Blake had a DJing set and a bunch of them were there to watch. Becca, Thomas, Katie, Dylan, Hannah G, Noah, Abigail, and John. We got photos with a bunch. They got them all? Abigail? Did they get Abigail? Yeah, they got that. We got a bunch of photos. We got photos with a bunch of them and asked Katie, who is the sweetest, by the way, where their after party was. And to our surprise, she told us where it was and to come. We partied with them at a club and it was so fun. Blake, Dylan, and Katie all remembered us from the concert, which was cool. Thomas and Becca didn't make it to the club, and Abigail and Noah left pretty early. Dylan was super fun. Blake was hyped when we complimented his DJ set, and Katie was the nicest person. She kept talking to us and cheersing us over an insane night. Overall, an insane night. I have to say, to Katie's credit, that's what she when we all went boozing out, she was doing the same exact thing. She's a social butterfly and enjoys hanging out with the regular folk. If Katie Thurston was on the Titanic, she for sure would be hanging out with the Irish people on the lower level, with their pants rolled up and doing the jig. That's what she would be doing. Katie's doing the jig. You heard it here first. Breaking news, folks. I mean this with no offense whatsoever, but this title 100% sounded like a Wattpad story at first. I don't know what that means. This is cool. I'm jealous. Unbelievable. I feel like Katie is someone I would become best friends with while drunk in line for a bathroom at a bar. We'd run into each other an hour later and be like, OMG, how are you? That's so accurate. I'm surprised to hear Thomas and Katie were at the same place, but it sounds like everyone has moved on. Yeah, they moved on. I mean, what can you do? You know what I mean? Katie realized that she realized Becca's really into him and probably didn't get to see the side of Thomas that is who he is now. She only had a bunch of guys telling her he was the worst in the world, and maybe that was a mistake she made. Maybe not. Maybe she picked up vibes that weren't working for her as far as next level relationship go. But in the meantime, it looks like everyone's happy and back together. Perfect place to be before tomorrow's season premiere of Michelle Young's Bachelorette. We'll have coverage 1 hour before the East Coast airing, live stream here. That's 7 p.m. East Coast, 4 p.m. West Coast. And then after the show, we'll do an East Coast after show and a West Coast after show directly after the show ends. So come on down to my YouTube channel and make sure to hit the subscribe button. Get your alerts ready, and we will be there all day tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, I'll have a more extensive preview of Michelle's season. So tons of content to get to. Do me a solid and leave a comment. I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye, everybody.